your host, Jen. So, I've been volunteering on and off in Vancouver when I got back at Carnegie and the Oppenheimer Park for the last 3 plus years. Food is like one of my love languages. I love to cook. Now, I didn't start off in my life ever intending or planning on going to cooking school. I wasn't looking to become some sous chef or black apron chef or something. It just runs in the family. It's passed down in the line as gifts. My royal descent, my ancestry, through God, through that blessing, the gift is there. And either you can cook or you can't cook. And when you have the gift to cook, um, it makes life so much more fun and easier because you don't have to spend all that money trying to learn by going to schools. Because often people will graduate from those places and they still can't cook. And then they have certification that says they're allowed to get work cooking. And then it makes food really bad for people. But they're out there paying for food or even going to places for free for food. And then it becomes difficult to enjoy eating food anywhere because often you're disappointed when you're ordering stuff because it's not better than what you make at home, what your mom made, what your grandma made, what your great grandma made. So it's become to a point where it's like a crapshoot. People are gambling on whether to eat out or not, or whether it's just actually better to go pay for the $2 meals like at the 44 or come to the places where it's free. That said, because my food is so good, and because I've gone through all of this through the years across Canada, watching restaurants and food and families disintegrate from the beautiful standard it was, coming from Europe originally, where a lot of us hail from, and connected with the roots of the original Aboriginal peoples and their culture and their way of life and their fish soup and their Indian tacos and so on, and all the wild meat. Well, I decided you have to fight fire with fire. I got to the point where I can't handle going anywhere and ordering anything. We are stuck with a few stapled restaurants that we know, familiar with: McDonald's, Burger King, A&W, junk food stuff like Tim Hortons. And that's not the same as the family restaurant stuff we had. Like, I even stopped eating Kentucky Fried Chicken here in Canada because they changed the menu. They changed the recipe. They changed the chicken, how it's grown, taken care of. They changed everything so much that it's not Colonel Sanders anymore. It's bad. And Taco Time was one of my favorite places growing up. And then in recent times, with the people that have come over here, bought these restaurants and trying to make this food that is culturally not their food, and they don't have the care or interest or passion for what they're doing, they're just doing it because it's a job, are now making food where it's so bad I can't even enjoy that. So I decided I'm going to do something with my talents and give back healthy food the ways that I can. And just God bless people, right? Through God, because of God, with God. And it's come down to 1 day a week, Fridays at the Oppenheimer Park with my schedule. And I always seem to forget to photograph and videotape the stuff that I'm doing and share with you guys and help make everybody hungry and decide, oh, maybe I'll go to the Oppenheimer in Vancouver on Fridays because I know Jen's there so I can try her food. So today I got up at 6 o'clock and basically I started working almost right away, and I made, hang on, I'll switch my camera around. I had a bunch of buns, long buns like this. They're cheese buns though, long ones. And so I made like ham, cheese, and spices I put, or onion, mustard, and I baked those with the cheese I had. And then I made like a homemade bannock sort of thing with the ham and cheese, garlic and onion spices, and other stuff as well. And they just flew off the trays onto the plates, out the windows this morning. And my hands were full with all the stuff I made, and I couldn't do anything. And then when I got there, because I put it down and it was ready to go, it was so quick, I had to go start working on the beans and wieners and the sausage and beans, and I just didn't have time. So I'll make a small batch with the buns I left here for myself. I have some beans, and I'll do it again But lucky for me, because they knew I used a lot of my own ingredients, they're like, oh, help yourself. Because I've decided it's easier for me to do stuff from home at my pace, where it's less hectic and I'm very organized and very efficient, very OCD and methodical. And oftentimes people who volunteer in space like that, they get overwhelmed because there's lots of people to give coffee and tea to and have to hand stuff out. And then there's cooking and so they can't micromanage like I do. So I've like, okay, I'm going to do this stuff from my kitchen, then I'll just bring it over. So I'm making this video with you guys so that I can put it out there. Like I'm making my declaration that I am going to remember to show pictures of what I'm making with the stuff I brought home. They had more I could take, but I'm like, okay, this is enough. So I grabbed 2 boxes of vanilla cake. This one is French vanilla. I don't like boxed food. I don't even like the boxed icing. Like I do everything from scratch myself. Like, bleh. I love Jell-O, the brand. I love Jell-O and I love the pudding. So I'm okay with that. So I'm going to take the 2. This one is just a super moist white cake. I'm going to mix it with the French vanilla. Now I forgot to grab the milks. They had a fridge full of little mini milks. And I'm going to mix it with real milk because it says either or on the back, right? Water or milk. And obviously milk makes everything taste better. And then I'll have to figure out what to do about eggs. I'll go see because sometimes they get lots of donated eggs. So then I can help myself. So I'll go and look for eggs from them as well for that. And go see if I can grab some of those milks. Now, because of the cheese I used from my kitchen, and they're like, oh, well, we need this cheese used up. You can take it. So I got 3 sealed ones. And then the one that's open, which I tried to use up today with the stuff I was making. And I still didn't get to use it up. So I'm going to make another set of cheese breads. It's called English quick bread. It's kind of like a bannock, but it's very British style. So in the English cheese bread, it's whatever cheese you have in the house, either one cheese or you can multi-blend your cheeses. My case will be multi-blend cheeses. If you have a garlic powder or an onion powder, an actual onion or garlic, you can throw that in too. But basically, it's just the cheese, the milk, the flour, the salt, the water, and the baking powder. And you've got to have the baking powder because that's what makes it rise in place of it being a bread that you are making with yeast. Bannock can be made with or without baking powder. If you're frying bannock and you're just rolling it out on the counters, it'll still puff up and it still tastes really good. But when you want to make like a bread that's baked in the oven, you're better off to use that baking powder so you can get that fluffy touch and texture like it's a bread. So that's what I'll use with this cheese. I'll do that. And I decided I don't just want to be doing cheese and bannocky type stuff. So I was going to do some treats. So I'm going to use the vanilla icing with those 2 vanillas to do the cake. I'm going to throw in the vanilla pudding as well to make it super extra wonderful moist. Now they had cream cheese in the fridge and I forgot to grab one of those packages. So I may still yet go back and grab one of those cream cheeses because I have this beautiful Cuisinart baby. And when you have cream cheese, you need to use one of these. So I might be able to mix it all together in my Cuisinart machine and have a reason to use it again. I'm happy I bought it. I just don't have enough reasons to use it. I don't have enough assistance, kitchen, or time, and I don't, make much money out of the stuff I'm doing when I'm volunteering. But if there was a way I could work on that, would be fun. So I will throw that all in there if I do get that cream cheese package, and then I'll whip something up with all of this. Now I have banana that's going bad in the fridge as well, so I might throw that in and sort of make my own banana cream French vanilla type cake. And then I will top that off with their Betty Crocker vanilla. There was so much more stuff in the cupboards. I was overwhelmed. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, where do I take? So they gave me flour, a whole bag of it. And Robin Hood is the best. It's what my grandma used. Her stuff was top notch. Like nobody could beat my grandma. She was the best. I can't be my grandma. All I can do is be an example of my grandma, and just be myself. So I try. They gave me baking powder, magic baking powder. Sometimes name brands, I will tell you, are the way to go because sometimes they really are top of the line, and the reputation speaks for itself. And Magic baking powder is top of the line, and its reputation is real, and it's definitely the better way to go. If you can pay the extra buck or whatever, use the Magic baking powder. Get the Robin Hood flour if you can. And a secret to successful breads for delicious quality with the Robin Hood is to mix it with the whole wheat Robin Hood. Reduce the amount of white bleached flour and add in more of the whole wheat, and you're going to get a beautiful result of bread, buns, or whatever. So I think I also have Magic baking powder, what's left of it. So I'll use that when I'm cooking all of this stuff. And so over here in the corner, moving on, I have these chocolate chip package, also Betty Crocker. It's supposed to be a muffin mix. And I have this peanut butter protein powder down there. My blender broke, so I can't make my shakes and smoothies. So I will throw that in there to make it like a protein muffin so it's not junk. And then I have Real Craft peanut butter. So I'll top it off with some of that. Now, up in my cupboard, for dietary issues, for keeping track of sugar levels, I have the monk fruit. It's already been powdered from the sugar format into an icing sugar format. So you can put this together as an icing like that, and it has no sugars. And then top it off, and then you have a high protein, delicious chocolate chip peanut butter muffin that people with diabetes can have, or people just on particular diet. Unfortunately, none of this is gluten-free. However, I can alternate and use like a coconut flour as an add-in to reduce the flour intake if I'm making a larger batch. And then over in the corner, I have another Betty Crocker. It's frosted with cream deluxe frosting pouch. So it's already in there. And it shows a bunch of things I can do here. So I'll see what I end up doing with that. It shows just one egg. Out of all of the boxes I have, the brownie stuff supposed to need the least amount of egg. And I'm thinking, I don't think so. So next week, people are going to get their share of good breakfasts. What I want to do is go get some custard and sort of mix that together in a breakfast format of some kind that goes with whatever it is I'm doing. So that's my thing with what I'm going to do for catching up for next week with the stuff I make from here. I don't know what I'm going to do meal-wise, but it shall be very, very good. Fruit and custard or something to go with everything. But that's my thing. I do this thing at Oppenheimer. So if you're in the area in Vancouver and you want really good 5-star food without the price, come to Oppenheimer and come eat what I eat when I'm there. And then tell everybody else that they want really delicious, good food where there's no risk on their part, no dice. An expensive bill at the register. Come to Oppenheimer on Fridays when I'm there and eat the food that I make there, because the food will testify for itself. So I will put up pictures and videos next week. I promise I won't forget this time. Thank you for watching. Keep coming back and come in person if you can. Bye. Oh, I'm going to Calgary Stampede this year as well, so keep your eye out for what happens over there too. Should be fun and interesting because I'm always cooking no matter where I go. Have a great day, everybody. It's a rainy day, so I ain't going far. Now TV, signing off. Oh, hi, Sophia. I have to go on with my day. But as I cook stuff this week, I'll be back. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.